Hi guys, it's EGC here, and today I'm going to showcase my updated Kagero deck profile because I've been using this deck during the Vanguard Fest in early May. I've been using this deck to do some fun play, free fights, and also I've been joining the standard Clan Master fight, even though I couldn't get enough winning points to be the Clan Master because the time is limited and I couldn't get that much winning because I couldn't play that much matches. But this deck have been winning me most of the games. I've been only losing like 2 to 3 games in total out of like 10 games, of 10 to 13 games, something like that. So I think it's quite fine-tuned right now and it's a good one to show. Do know that next week we are supposed to get the premium collection and also our other side booster that got Kagero, Nova, and Link Joker that have been unboxing during my trip in Japan for the pre-sale. So I will also be recording those and see if I can fill in what I missed from the pre-sale. So let's start with the deck profile. Starting with Starting Vanguard, nothing special, and I couldn't get the foil FV from the Vanguard Fest, which is a little bit sad, but I'm still good with this one. And next I'm running 3 of the very old Overlord. Main reason is because this deck is rely on Overlord cards and I don't have the end by the time. So this Overlord is still very great. Just by Soul Blasting one he can get 10k. And you can just ride him early game without losing any skills and just swing and see if you can stand and put more pressure early games. Sometimes if you just got a crit for him, then at least you can use some of your opponent's card. So he's good still. And then I'm running 2 of the waterfalls because this deck is different from what we built with just Overlord and Waterfall. And even though Waterfall is still a very good win condition, but then because the deck style is changed, so I've cut Waterfall from 4 to 2. Because you only need Waterfall for like 1 to 2 times when you're facing like oracles or other clans like angels that they got so many PGs that you need to find a way to break through. Then that's why we need Waterfall, but not that much. And next I'm running 4 of the Kagero Overlord the Great, because this deck is trying to build over the Great since he's new, even though the end is coming like next week. But by the time I play this deck, this is still the new card. And the skill is first, when this card appears in the Vanguard circle, then you can call a Dragonic Nail Flame from drop zone to one of your Riga circle. And second skill is, after this card attack battle ends, if you have a Great 3 in your soul, by counterblasting 1 and discard 2 cards from hand, then stand this card and your Riga Nail Flame. Then during turn drive -1. So it's also a like the same skill as Overlord to stand, but you can also be standing a Riga. So this is important and give Kagero a more fierce way to play the deck, because now you are standing with a Overlord with usually a 23k and also a Nail Flame that is also usually a 20k. Yeah, then if you got a trigger, then your Nail Flame maybe a 30k, or maybe this guy is 33k, so still very big number, and you still can drive check once. So compared to the past that you can only swing for like 3 attacks, assuming one of your Overlord attack will be PG'd or you are on waterfall that you cannot withstand yourself. Now, no matter what, you will withstand, and also you will stand a regard. And also, this guy calls Snail Flame, so you can easily use your Nail Flame to intercept, or you don't need to care about your Nail Flame go to drop zone, because once you ride him, then you will get your Nail Flame back. Then on to grade 2s, I'm running first 4 of the Berserk Dragon, because this card is still very great. Usually a grade 2 ride, because by counterblasting 1 and soul blasting 1, you can kill a unit and draw a card. Basically, you will just use the skill to draw, because your opponent knows you're playing Kagero and they will not be calling any regards early. But still, drawing a card is important. Also, given that he can get 3k when you have more regards than your opponent, which is not hard to achieve, so he can just swing 13k to attack Vanguard and hit the key numbers. Then next, I'm running 3 of the Nail Flames. Usually people play 4, but I'm playing 3 because as long as I have 1 in the drop zone, then the Great will just pick it up, unless I got it like banished, deleted, or maybe like just bind from Narukami. But then if I know my opponent is doing that, there's nothing I can avoid but just playing carefully with my Nail Flames. But usually I can just use Nail Flame to guard or just intercept, then call it back, give a force circle to him, then that's all I need. So I think 3 is fine for me, but if you want to put 4, then you can feel free to do that. And next, I'm running 2 of the Draconic Burnout. This card is actually helping me a lot. So the skill is a Regard skill, active skill by counterblasting 1 and put 1 of the grade 2 or higher card from the drop zone back to the bottom of the deck, then retire 1 of your opponent Regard. Because you need to keep at least 1 grade 3 soul for the Great, and Overlord takes your soul, Waterfall takes your soul, and Berserk Dragon takes your soul, and unless you can keep riding, your soul is limited. So I've decided to use Burnout, and this makes me easier to make guarding decisions, because as long as I discard like this, any of these except that, then I can just use Burnout skill, counterblast 1, put 1 back, and kill a unit. So also this skill is active skill, so you don't have to use it by the time you call Burnout. You can still use the skill like next turn or the turn after, except your opponent try to kill it. And even if they kill it, if you have another one, you can still put 1 of the Burnout back to the deck, and hopefully you can get it again. And next, I'm running 2 of the Dragon Full Armored Buster. So this card is a new card for Overlord and is quite strong. So first skill is if your opponent has no regard, then this card will get 3k power, which usually won't happen from all the games that I've played, but still a good skill to have. And next skill is when this unit appears in Vanguard or Regard circle by soul blasting 2, then kill 1 of your opponent Regard, and then look at the top 7 card of your deck, and reveal up to 1 Overlord unit and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. So this is a way that you can try to grab this or this, because you don't always guarantee to get a grade 3 in your hand, or maybe you only get 1 of 4 and you don't want to ride him because you won't be able to use the skill to do the guard restriction. That's why he comes in, and that's why I'm putting 7 Overlords in the deck, so that it's easier to search and usually I can search as long as I use the skill, which is great. But one thing is he's costing 2 soul blasts, so that's quite heavy for a clan that don't usually soul charge, and this is also one reason that I'm playing Burnout, because if I use this skill I usually won't have soul blast for Burnout, for Berserk Dragon, not Burnout, Berserk Dragon, so that I need Burnout to help me to clean the board, and I can also put this guy back, and if I chance that I still have 2 souls, then I can still use the skill again. So that's basically my 2 and 3s. Going to great ones. First I'm running one of the Dragonic Gaias. Nothing special, just a way to soul charge and to gain a crit if I need. Usually I won't use the skill, but I still think putting 1 in the deck as a surprise still works, so it's here. And then 4 Elmos, because of I can soul charge, I can draw a 11k booster, still the best card for great ones. And 4 of the Sabel Dragonutes. So this is a new triple rare and similar to Elmo, that if during your turn your opponent's Vanguard is retired, then retire this unit to draw 1, so he don't get the counter charge, but and also not the 3k, but then if this card is on the Vanguard circle and attack hit, you can draw 1, so if you're going second and write this card first and got an Elmo boosted for a 19k attack, surely you can draw a card, so still very helpful. And there are matches like I have, for example, like this, and then I have 1 Elmo, and then I have another like that, something like just a combination of these, like this 4, and then I swing, for example, I swing all these, and then I swing to a opponent Vanguard and kills, and I kill it, then I like drawing 4 cards and do my counter charges. So this can save your lives, because you're drawing like 2-3 cards just by retiring your opponent unit, and you have been attacking with those guys. Then you turn them back to your hand. Sometimes you draw a PG to save your lives. You draw other key units that you need for your next turn. So these 8 pieces are very strong, and for now, for this build, it's a must in the deck. And next I'm putting 2 of the Calamity Fyron. So this guy is also a very great unit in this deck. The skill is active skill, so blasting 1 and retire this unit. During the turn, your Vanguard will get 15k power. So he is usually what I use on Waterfall. So for example, my Waterfall is ready with a great down there. I have another card, and so I call this so blast 1, kill it. You already get 15, and then your force marker will give you at least 10k, and this will at least give you another 10k by so blasting and getting a crit. So that's like 48 already, and if you have a second one, then that's 63, and if you have another force marker, then that's 73. And even without that, without like 2 copies, just 1, if you have 2 force markers, then it's like 43 plus 15 is still 55 or 58. So the power is big, and I've been using this tech for so many times, and forcing my opponents to basically use all their hands to guard with. Even though I cannot kill them during that turn, but I can get them to drop their hand to like 1 card, 2 cards, or even no cards, and like they got no regards because I use other skill to just wipe the board, and unless they got a very good top deck, they just can't get back from there. And what I need is just whatever riding a grade 3, gaining another force marker. If I got a grade, it's even better. I got a free unit from the drop zone, and keep swinging because I got water 4 in the soul, so that the grade can stand Neo Flame and keep swinging, and that's how I win. And then next I'm running 2 of the Kinara. This card is here mainly to fight against the blaster, because the skill is counter blasting 1 and retire this unit, then select 3 of your opponent unit, and other than that 3 units, all opponent's regard will be retired. Because if you play blaster, you will, if you get all 6 pieces, different types, then you usually won't have your blaster unit being selected by any skills, which is why this is important, because when you use the skill, you try to pick 3, but then all of them are not cannot be selected, then the rest will be gone, so the whole board will just go away. So even though in the end I couldn't face any royal players, but still a good tech to be there. That's why Kinara is, I think it's good to stay in the deck. But if you don't like it, you can still put, for example, more Gaias, or maybe put in 1 more Wyvern here. But I still like to use Kinara just in case there are times that I need to do a board wipe, and it's there. Then for triggers, I'm running 7 crits, 5 draws, and 4 heals. So I still like the magic number 754, just because, for example, the Great or just the normal Overlord will discard a card, so I don't really care if this is a 5k, and sometimes I just need a 5k to guard with, so it's good enough, basically. So yeah, that's basically the deck, and since the next set is coming, which means I am going to build the end deck, and I'm ready here because I got my XPR, and I just need to pull 3 more next week, or maybe if I don't, then I need to pass angles to get my DNs, then see how this deck will go, because Overlord are getting more support, and there's also Blade Master. It's kind of fun because they got tokens, and the tokens can get train drive, which is crazy, but we'll see how it goes. Also, after my trip to Japan, I'm actually having more interest to make premium decks, even though in Hong Kong I don't see a lot of players actually playing premium decks, but still, just by building the decks, looking at what kind of combos from old cards and new cards can do, is still interesting. And I've already get my Mega Colony done, because I got 4 Gridoras. I get all the crits I need, even though I don't have the Neo Nation Dragons, but I think it's fine because it's only used for free striding. I usually won't need to protect myself on my first stride to prevent myself dying the next turn. But yeah, we will see, because if I can get one, then I will try to put one in the deck and see how it goes. Yeah, So that's basically for this video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my, of course, upcoming unboxing in my DN and beside deck profile. I will get myself the pieces and build a deck for it. Then you'll see how it will be. Yeah, so thanks for watching again, and I will see you guys in the next video. Signing off.